guys, so, oh gosh, this is like the fourth, I don't know, video that I filmed today. Still wearing the same shirt. But this is going to be part 2 of kind of like, I don't know to call it like a series type thing, but I'm going to have a few extension videos, maybe only these two, but I don't know. The last video I just kind of talked about starting hair extensions and all that kind of stuff, and now I'm going to talk about how to take care of them. These are the very first pair of extensions I've ever had, and these are clip-in. I prefer clip-in over like sewn-in and stuff like that, just because that can really damage your hair. But clip-ins, they don't really do damage or anything. Sorry if I blabber a lot in this, because I don't like think about what I'm going to say before I come on. I just come on and I say it. I do have these extensions. In my last video I said how I made them, and yeah, I did make them, and how they came and all that good stuff. I just hit my lamp. Whoops. I'm trying to get good lighting. It's not really working out because, like, okay. If I come over here, I don't know how to film over there because that has better lighting, see? No, I'll just stay here. Anyways, go on, Destiny. Ugh. Okay, sorry, shaky. So sorry. But how to take care of your extensions. First off rule of all rules, you need a heat protectant, because if you're one who's going to straighten your extensions, who's going to curl your extensions, these babies will fry like no other, okay? If you do not have a heat protectant, they will fry like no other. Hair extensions aren't attached to your head. They don't get your natural oils or anything that your hair gets, you know. Really, they don't even take in good vitamins and like deep conditioners and stuff. So it's kind of like you dye them, they get real damaged. Honestly, there's no going back to how good they were before you dyed them or so. So make sure you get a good heat protectant, because that will also help them from getting like dead on the ends, you know, split ends and everything. Because once they do get split ends, you need to chop those suckers right off, like right off, before it gets any worse and you have to cut any longer. Now, the extensions I have, I'll just take this piece. They're curled right now. Sorry, this is like a really little piece. But, come here. When I pull it down, it is pretty long. It goes about to there. So, they used to be more, I'd say, so like, right there. Really long, I know. But, the thing is I select on, off. I select, wait, okay, I just slacked on putting heat protectant on them. And so I use hot tools on them a lot. I love to do this kind of curling, so, you know, that kind of can damage them if you don't have a heat protectant. Then you're just going to have to cut it off, and they're going to get shorter and shorter and shorter. If you're like me, I don't get it for thickness, I get it for length, because my hair does come about right here. I recently chopped it all off because it was getting really damaged, and all that bad stuff. So, you know, if you get it for length, then you don't find a good purpose when you just have to keep on cutting it off and cutting it off and cutting it off until eventually, like, there's no hair left. Make sure you get a heat protectant. Make sure you get a heat protectant. Like, you may think, oh, you know, it's not really that important, but it is, okay, because that leads on to a whole bunch of different problems you get out of them. When you get them, make sure they are your hair color, so you don't have to dye them, you know, to match your hair color. Go ahead and try getting them as healthy as they can be. These I have dyed a lot, though, because I dye my hair a lot. But hopefully I will be getting actually new extensions here soon, so I could do a review on them and talk about them a little bit. I don't know which ones I'm getting yet, but I think I'm going to try getting head candy ones. I'm not being paid to say this. Whatever, okay? I'm not being paid to do it. This is my own mentioning. But they just seem like really good extensions, so I hear they're good quality. before you get extensions, if you're looking into getting expensive ones, like a few good brands out there I think is like Foxy Locks, Head Candy, Hello Gorgeous, and so. Once again, not being paid to mention them. So I'd definitely do a lot of research on them before you get them, because, you know, there's a lot of things where it's like, you get them, and you're like, what's wrong with these? I'm going to research them on YouTube. It's too late, you already bought them, and they may have not been good extensions. So, do a lot of good searching on YouTube. There's tons of reviews on, like, a lot of different extensions on YouTube. Google it, you know, anything like that. Just make sure you're heading in the right direction with those extensions before you actually buy them. I was going to say something. What was I going to say? I'll have probably a video on how to wash extensions here soon if you guys want one. And that will kind of go in maybe as like a third part to this type of series with hair extensions. So I don't have to really go on about it right now. But if you do get extensions, make sure, since the clips are metal, try getting a silicone strip on them like this one has, which I think a lot of extensions do have. I think pretty much every company puts that on there because it's a good plus. But that keeps it from being too hard on your hair and really tugging and pulling and snatching on things. So try making sure it has a silicone strip, and make sure when you do wash your extensions not to get the clips wet. Do not get your clips wet. They can start to rust and get all bad, and no, just don't get them wet, okay? Also, what was I going to say after that? I'm like spacing out. I'm tired. I didn't get much sleep last night. But oh goodness, what was I going to say? I hate when I do that. I like totally just space out on everything that was going through my mind. I'm trying not to leave anything out. It's important to get good extensions. I gotta be good with it. I'll go over a few reasons to whether to pick clip-in or the sew-in ones and why, or glue-in ones. The reason you want to get clip-ins, and you do want to get clip-ins, is because the glue-in and sew-in will damage your hair so much. So many horror stories of going bald after so long, or your hair falling out from the glue-in and clip-in, totally destroying your hair. These clip-ins, you know, you take them out before you go to bed. You don't shower in them, you don't swim in them, or anything like that. And, you know, they don't put damage on your hair. I've actually heard that it can help your hair grow just because it kind of tugs on it just the tiniest bit to kind of help your hair grow a little bit faster. I don't know if that's even true or anything, but I've never heard of clip-in extensions damaging your hair at all. So definitely get clip-in if you're thinking about it. Plus, glue-ins are definitely more expensive. Monthly, I've heard stories of having to spend like $3,000 on your hair every month. So that's, or not every month, every 3 months. So that's pretty much $1,000 a month. Crazy. Well, you could go and pay like $200 for a whole year of just good extensions. Get this, what I was gonna say, yes, I remembered. Get Remy extensions. That means that all the cuticle and all that stuff is facing in the right direction. If you don't have Remy, it's all mixed up, and that makes it just totally tangled. Remy kind of keeps it, meaning that it's not gonna be tangled as much. It's not supposed to tangle as much. And definitely just go with Remy. I think a lot of extensions do provide that too, so Remy hair. So that's good. At least you know that. And sorry, I'm touching them a lot. The girls feel funny. Try getting real human hair, because also that makes sure you can curl them and all that good stuff. And it's kind of like, it makes it feel like it's your own hair, you know, it doesn't look fake or anything. I know there's synthetic ones that you can curl and everything, but personally I would just prefer real hair all in all, just so it, you know, it looks the most natural, obviously, because it's human hair. I think that's about it, though. I think I covered most of it. But if you guys have any questions, maybe I left some really important things out. Hopefully I didn't. Then just post them below, and I will make sure I answer back to like all of them. Okay, guys. I probably won't get that many anyways, but I'll answer every single one as soon as possible. I get on YouTube like every day, so I doubt I'd miss it. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I had to cover. I think I'm gonna do a video on how to dip dye extensions, because I know that's kind of like important, and I've seen it on real hair, but I haven't seen on how to do it on extensions, and I'll kind of show you the way I did it. But yeah, that's all. So bye guys. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Mwah.